School teaches you to work for a degree. Tech teaches you competence with your skill and with the ability to solve problems. You're powerful basically in this tech industry.
So that brings us to the part 2 of this conversation. So we are still talking about the general theme of tech careers, but nobody tells you. So in this part, we are going to be looking at skills versus degrees. Joe, are you going to be kicking it off first?
Is school actually scam? Let's see. So I want to ask, do you actually need a degree to succeed in tech? What do you think? Do you actually need a degree to succeed?
Okay, so there's no black and white answer here. I can't tell you no, and I can't tell you yes. But I can tell you that in some cases it helps. Okay, so if I just tell you that, oh no, you don't need a degree to succeed in tech, or oh yes, you don't need, I will not be telling you the real truth.
Again, I'm going to encourage people to drop off of school. Don't drop off of school, though, please.
Okay, so
Get to school.
yeah, it helps in some cases. It does. I had a student that was really struggling to learn one of the courses that I was teaching her. And the reason she was struggling so well was because she did not have a good educational background now. Basic things that she's supposed to know about computers, you know, how to go here, how to do this, how to even typing and all that, which a formal education should have introduced her to. So it became more difficult for her to, you know, flow and follow up with the course. So in some cases, it helps. Let's say another example is someone that wants to go into data analysis as a tech career. Let's say you have a degree in statistics or mathematics or all these computing or quantitative courses. It's more easier for you to, you know, to get into data analysis. So yeah, in some cases it helps, but then it is not the main determinant of success when it comes to tech. So your degree is not the. We've had professionals actually coming to learn tech skills with us, and even on a one-on-one basis. And some of them still experience the same challenges that normal people that are non-professionals before coming in experience. I think at some point we've had pharmacists, we've had doctors, we've had engineers coming to learn tech skills.
I think
clients, what is it called? Confidentiality. Let me just
don't talk too much.
Zip up in that place.
But what that good thing is that if you can merge the two of them, you are powerful. You're a very powerful person. So if you have the skill, maybe you have the skills, it's good. If you have a degree, it's still very good. But if you can merge the two, you're very powerful. You have the kind of power. I've seen people who actually had the skill, but you had to go back to school to go and get a degree and come back. I've seen people, even normal people were serious, like people who sell. There was a man that used to learn electrical things from that time. The man was not educated, he's an illiterate. But the man was making the money good and fine. He had the skills to do what he wanted to do. But at the end of the day, he had to go back to school because he saw that if you have that school knowledge and made it your business, you are very powerful.
That is a killer combination.
Exactly. So you now imagine the kind of situation. So the skill is very important, but the degree is still important to an extent. It's not a major determinant, but still is important. Don't neglect it.
Now, let's say you don't have a degree and you don't have any intention of getting a degree. Does not mean you cannot still make it in tech, because tech is more practical than theory. So if you can prove that you can do what you say you can do, sure,
good and fine.
Why not? And you should understand that many successful people are actually self-taught.
Many of them.
You will hear that this one they dropped out from here, dropped out from this one, dropped out from
and
this
they made the later one.
And they're counting their money
many
in
of
millions and billions. So don't put yourself in one box and remain there. If you want to get a degree, fine, get a degree, add your skill to it and do well. If you don't want to get a degree, then put in the work and do well in that field. Okay, my question for you. I think we've answered it a bit, but I'm still going to ask it again. So if not degrees, what really matters?
Simple answer, your skills. If your degree doesn't work, your skills later can save you at that point. Then the skill is actually very, very important. The skill, I think, even without a degree, you can still survive with just the skill. You understand? So your ability to solve problems is another very important thing. With your skill and with the ability to solve problems, you're powerful basically in this tech industry. You're very much powerful. So the practical knowledge that you have is what can actually help you down the line. So don't just rely purely on your degree. Even without a degree, you can still use your skill. But to get that skill, you actually have to be what impacting, value. You have to have value basically. You have to be able to solve a problem. If you can't solve a problem, no one will actually want you to come and work for them. So your skill is very much important. Even without a degree, your skill still stands out as a very important thing. Anything to add on that?
Yeah, it's just based on, in addition to what you just said, that skill is like the real currency when it comes to this tech world, right? So you need to know how to not just have the skill, but know how to market your skill. I think we touched that a bit in our last session. Yeah, you should know how to market that skill that you have, package yourself, know how to, utilize the tools that you have at hand, social media that you are on. People are making money from social media. So you know how to, utilize these things that you have. Your CV, is it optimized? I mentioned this thing the last time too as well. Is your CV optimized?
Yes.
Does it tell people that you have this skill? Okay, and you can actually sell yourself beyond CV and social media and all those things. So like create room for yourself. For example, what stops you from making like little video clips of yourself doing the thing that you say you can do, and putting it out there, like, okay, for example, join me to clean this data set in 1 minute, and you just record yourself doing that in 1 minute, post it somewhere,
and that's it. It's just that. And in 1 minute, but though the process is longer, but still,
there are a lot of things you can do to put yourself out there. So skills is the real currency.
All right. So let's move on to the next question. So the question now is, why do people misunderstand skills over degree?
Okay, so when we have been saying, or when you hear people say skills over degree, and people just think, okay, oh, skills over degree, that is just no. There is something that you need to understand in that place, so that you don't misunderstand when people are telling you that skills are more important than degrees when it comes to tech. The first thing is, don't remove structure completely. One of the reasons is that people tend to remove structure completely because we heard that skills is more important than degrees. That before you can get a degree in a normal school setting, you have to go to school, you have to attend classes, you have to write exam. As a matter of fact, the university that I attended, that both of us attended, there is an attendance benchmark. I remember in my final year, I almost did not write an exam in my final year because of attendance. Like, we thought this man was joking when he said he was going to do attendance for us to write the exam. That day he just came with paper, and I knew in my heart that I have been missing this man's classes. So when he was calling people that were going to enter, I was saying, God, please, if you do me this one next semester,
you remember.
So finally, he called my name and I went in. Later got to discover that I was just a little over 70. Just a little.
Very lucky.
Now imagine that you are now learning tech and you're not attending your classes. And we've been telling you since that tech is not so, it's not something that you can just do surface learning on.
Telling you,
if you don't attend classes, how do you want to learn? So that structure is there for a reason. Don't remove it. Another thing is, people tend to start learning randomly.
That's true.
They don't follow a process, they don't follow a path.
Structure.
They just go to YouTube
and start watching videos. But in the structure, actually, you need like a curriculum to work with.
That is why an academy is best for you.
Yes.
I know, like, YouTube makes the learning free and all that. You can get free resources and all that. But in an academy, there's a curriculum that we follow step by step. So don't just be learning things randomly. Today you're learning JavaScript. Next tomorrow you have jumped to
Python. Random things.
What do you know you are learning that thing for now? That is the question. What are you learning it for? So a structured learning setting helps you to do away with that. And another thing is no clear direction. If you want skills to matter to you over degrees, then you have to have a direction, have a plan, have a roadmap to where you're going to. Okay, so step 1, I learn a skill. Step 2, I get an internship. Step 3, I start applying for jobs. Not step 1, I learn a skill halfway. Damn, go and start applying to job.
You
No
jump
clear
step 2 and go
direction.
step 3. Lot
No
of
clear
things.
direction. No clear direction.
So I think I want to add one more thing. I think school teaches you to work for a degree, but I think tech teaches you competence. That are basically your skills. You understand? So school teaches you that when I go to school, when you're done, you prepare for exams, you pass your exams, you get certificates, and you come out. But tech teaches you competency. If you're not good at, even if no matter how you come, they don't teach you come and calm here. Just come and calm, is it what is it called? Like calm la pour. Like come and calm your book and come and pour it in the exam hall.
It's a lot I heard that saying.
Like calm la pour. So other than all that, you don't do that in tech. You don't come and calm. That's one of the good things about it. You don't come and calm. Everything that you need is online basically. So that's like when I went to try out my career in coding during that time. I just think that people used to come and calm. You see different elements, you come in. I say, well, how do you calm these things? But the truth is that when I saw one of the people handling web dev here, I think that you don't actually have to calm it. Those things are online for you. Just understand how it works. That's all you just have to just do. So school will teach you that go and get certificate and come out. But certificate is actually a good thing. It's a foundation. You start from somewhere. That certificate is very important. Get that foundation, but still work on your skills. You understand? So even if it's not school, even outside, maybe you want to get maybe a group certificate or maybe one of the tech school certificates, is very good. It's very, very good. But at the same time, work on your competency. Be able to give out value. That's a very important thing as well.
Okay. So still in that line, what should proper learning actually look like?
Okay. First of all, like you mentioned one thing, structure. There has to be a structured learning path. It has to be a step by step. You have to have a curriculum. You have to have a slab. You have to be working with on a weekly basis. So the course takes for at least 3 weeks. They should have a structured, curriculum from the day one down to the last day you have in your class. And also have a project at the end of the day. I should have a project at the end of the day.
Okay.
Then another thing as well is consistency. You have to be consistent.
True.
Don't just wake up one day and you just get tired after a while. No, you have to keep being consistent. Try to keep coming back every day. It's not easy. This child tell the truth. It's not actually easy, but every day you have to come back, have to be consistent. Even if it's an hour or two in a day, try to use that time. Make the best use of it as well. Then another thing is also a guided approach. I think that's one of the good things I like about us. We have a mentorship program after you're done with us.
Even when you're done,
my students who I thought last time actually still message me today to help them with some things.
Yeah.
So
during the course,
continues.
after the course, we are here with you.
Exactly. So there's always going to be a guide for you, a mentorship basically. This one that anytime you have any issues, you can always reach out to that person. It's part of things we also look out for. The last is avoid jumping from tutorials to tutorial. Don't jump from this one to that one. Stick with one. Finish that one first of all, then move on to the next one. Don't say, I've watched this one to at least 30 minutes or to at least 3 or 4 hours. You jump on to the next one. You watch that one, you'll get confused. Confusion will come in. And at that point, you will quit. But the main thing is do what? Keep following one course. Follow one tutorial for the meantime. When you're done that tutorial, you've gotten the message. Move on to the next one.
Yeah. I just want to add to the last thing you said. Why you should avoid jumping from one tutorial to another or one tutor to another and all that is that teachers have different techniques to teaching.
Yeah, that's very true.
Find a tutorial or a tutor whose technique works for you. The way I explain things and the way Joel explains things is not the same. Even as you're listening or watching this,
it's different.
It's different. So if you know how you learn and how you learn best, find a tutorial that works for you and stick to it. Okay? Yeah. Even though in Isolated Academy, we tell our tutors, please be flexible. Be flexible with the way you teach. Don't just come and talk.
And find
show them practical, guide them, lead them and all that. Explore different techniques because you never can tell which one your students which one will work better for your students. So avoid jumping from tutorials to tutorials. Okay, so you don't end up confusing yourself.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to say is find tutors, and this is probably for advanced learners. right? Find tutors that are strong in the areas that you want to get better
Yeah.
in. Okay, so let's say you're already into data analysis and Excel, SQL, Power BI, and Tableau and the likes. You want to get better in, let's say, Power BI, and the tutor that you're following, the person's tutorial that you're watching, they're always talking about Excel, 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 how to
Yeah.
use your Excel dashboards and all that. You should know that it's time for you to switch
To something else.
to another tutor. Find another tutorial.
They have different things for them.
Yes.
Right?
So if that is the area you want to get better in, find someone that teaches that area in the way that you can understand.
Yeah. Very, very important.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to our next question. Now, do people have to stick with their first career path forever? What do you think?
No, if you've been following everything we've been saying since, you know that the answer to it is
A big
no. You don't have to stick to the first tech career that
That
you
went
entered
into.
into. No, no, no. Tech careers can evolve. You can pivot over time. Your growth, as you're growing in one area, it leads to clarity. I will keep on using myself as an example when it comes to this evolving in tech careers and all that.
Yeah.
When I got into tech, truthfully, I came in here for the money. It's why I came. I had a lot
Let's
of,
be realistic. It's the money that brought us
I
here.
had a lot of people around me then that were doing so well in tech.
Yeah.
And one of them is watching this live session right now. He kept on saying, confidence. You want to die in this your content, right? Look for something else and learn now. So I was like, okay, let me learn something else. And then I went into something else. I learned that. And I realized that as I kept on learning, I realized that these tech things are not really, really for me. Operations is more like it for me. Operations is more like it for me. So I just switched to operations. In tech, I'm still in tech, but now I'm not into all the hands-on, practical, do this, do that. I'm just more like managing the people that are doing the work.
Yeah.
And that is where my strength lies. So as you grow in tech, you get more clarity.
All right.
Okay, is there anything you want to add?
It's a very straightforward thing actually. So there's no one career path. Even I think our last session mentioned something like this before, where we spoke about myself and you and as well. We didn't start off with one career. We didn't start off from where we were before. Myself, I started off with graphic design, my first career path before I moved on to this, UI UX design, then occasionally to coding as well. The same thing applies to my colleague as well. Same thing applies. So you don't start from one place. You can still transition later on in life. So you don't just stay in one place and say that I've chosen this, I'll stay here. No. Find other things that you can do.
True.
Keep transitioning, keep
True.
moving.